when Rivers was sick in the hospital, we had all these tapes that would like stick on the skin, and you couldn't get them off unless you put a little some special liquid on them to get them to dissolve. So I was like, surely there's a tape or an adhesive that would stick back here
instead of sewing,
instead of suturing. And I've tried multiple different kinds that work on people. That, I mean, it's almost like you have to take something super strong to get them off. I put them on the back of these vulvas and put them on the back of a foal alert, and they'll stick to the plastic on the foal alert, but there's so much oil on the vulva that they don't stay. I haven't found anything that works. I know there's something out there, I just haven't found it yet.
Well, I mean, it's 2 sutures. It's not like you're sewing it shut, and it's 2, and then when they come out to check the foal, they just snip it, and it's all good. It's not a big deal. Lots happening today. Foal alerts going in, which means baby soon. Preg checking, donkeys. Finally figuring out if Dorothy and Blanche are having little babies, okay? They should be like 5 months pregnant. And we're gonna do our little updates of Annie, Ethel, and Ginger, because all of them have milestones in the last day or 2. So lots happening. Watch the whole thing. You got to. Sweet girl. I'm excited for her to be a mama. It's been a couple years.
That one.
Her face did not show that she felt it. Yeah, he says that.
I need chicken noodle soup and chili on days like today.
I did chili yesterday.
Chili.
You just weren't here. I did chili. I was going to do a roast today, and then things just kept happening, and so that will be for dinner, which if we're on Fall Watch, y'all will get, and y'all will reap the benefits. Who is this?
Who is this?
Guess.
We even just went over the names.
As if he would know from her.
We literally just talked
You
about
asking
her.
me?
No, he just said, "Who is this? This horse?"
If we told you her
Is it Ethel?
registered name,
It is.
Hey.
There you go.
You know what? The only reason I know Ethel's because Ethel's not like a red one, a red or a white one, or a black one, and that pretty much is
So true.
80% of your horses. But I like her color. That's why I asked.
Amateur.
Hey, I got it right though.
Okay, who's the other one we're doing today?
Ginger.
I'm excited for my second Cool Breeze baby. Matt is like Cool Breeze's second father.
Wow. Yep. I'm ready for Cool
I just called
Breeze.
you Matt. I'm sorry. There's too
No,
many
no,
Matts
no,
and
no,
Matthews.
no.
There's too many.
Well, we all know who the best produced baby off the
Running
farm
Springs
has
is
been.
Fred.
Yes. And that's just
Yeah. So Ginger. So here's like a theory with horse breeding is usually you'll do like 2 years, 2 years, 2 years with a stallion. Or I mean, if you just hit it out the park, you just stay with it. And I do feel like we hit it out of the park with Cool Breeze, but Ginger's so young, and there's a stallion that just passed away that I would like to breed her to before it's too late. And so it's a southern thing. So that's who Ginger's baby daddy is this year. It's the same that I don't really do it. It was pretty clear last night. Really wasn't white.
And then if it drops to 6.5, you're like ready to go.
Yeah. Really, if it's below 7, I in my experience, below 7 is within 1 to 2 days.
When they drop to like that, may be 7, 7, 7, 7,
Yeah.
all of a sudden you're at 6.5, and that's
Yeah.
48 hours. I think we've had one go longer than that,
Really.
but not many.
So Kennedy, that's why I was up for 10 days with her, because her milk, she just kept having that globby, like white milk. Her pH kept like kind of going up and down. It was weird. I've never had one go back up.
Was the IgG good on
Yeah,
the baby?
perfect.
Okay.
It was better than the first babies.
Okay.
And I was shocked with that because of how much she had, dripped.
Right.
But she's a milk cow though. Like she just has so much. Gingy!
Ginger.
So Ginger has to be a little sleepy for these things. So, I don't want to make excuses for her. We do, she has done so much better over the last year or two, but she did, due to the fact that she was injured as a weanling, like 7 months old, she did have to be on like a year of stall rest. She did have surgery. So she just had some really bad experiences early in life with being poked a lot and prodded a lot and at the vet a lot. And so she just has a little anxiety over it. And I don't want to make like anxiety excuses for my horse, but it's safer for the vet when she's a little sleepier. She just, does a little better, so.
She's giving me a little attitude with his tail.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
So do you see her vulva being like a little open at the bottom? It was worse yesterday.
Yeah. She's very relaxed.
I know.
When'd she do?
She's at 321 today, but she had her last one at 325.
Well, her vulva, she has no wrinkles.
I know.
She has no
Her milk was
wax.
clear last night.
She has no wax either.
Well, she didn't have wax last year. She gave no signs last year.
Well, this is on the ready.
So, I mean, you think,
I mean, I would say in the next week.
yeah. We're trying to figure out if they need to commit to staying tonight. I'll do her pH later, and we'll kind of see if it changed from yesterday too. But you can't always trust that. Oh, sweetie. Oh, y'all are staying tonight. It's almost opaque white. It's so different from last night.
Yeah.
Y'all need to go home and get your stuff. I mean, poop. While she's just standing here sedated, let me get my little strip. I think it's over here, actually. Still 6.75. But the change she's had in 12 hours, or 18 hours, it could be down here, like, you know what I'm saying? So I think we're within a day or two.
Wait, what do you want it to be?
Down here. You want it to be, like, right here.
My fingers are getting cold.
Yeah. I would say it's in the next couple days.
Okay.
For Blanche and Dorothy, it's a little different circumstances. So Blanche was with a Jack here purposefully through August. And we saw him breed her a couple times. We're not sure if it took, so we're checking her now. With Dorothy, it was kind of a rescue situation. We did check her because she looked huge when she came to me. So we checked her to see if she was pregnant when she came, and she was not. But she was up with a Jack up until like the day I got her. So it could have just been too early and she could actually be pregnant. So they either both are not pregnant or they might be. I don't know. This is just checking to make sure, because if they are, then this summer I'm gonna need to take them off of grass and do all that stuff. So I just need to be sure. The girl that I got, or that has the Jack, she said that they've missed some on ultrasound before, and then when they go back and find them, they're like so far up near the udder, like I don't even know, like how do donkeys carry any differently than horses do? But
When they're probably 6-7 months, they can be up close to the pelvic canal,
Yeah.
which is right next to the udder. And
Let's
then
see.
after 7 or 8 months, I mean, they're down in the belly.
yeah,
It's easy to-
September, October, November,
easy to see.
December. So she's about 5 right now.
So size-wise, I would think it would be about the size of a cat
Uh-huh.
at this point.
That's ass powered, what it is.
That is.
Come here. Here. So if she's with a Jack for 2 years and never got bred, I mean, she's 4.
Uh-huh.
Do you think that's like, because I did see him breed her twice.
All right.
But, I mean, I know with horses how many times sometimes it didn't work. So are you seeing any, like, infection, or do you even see her
No,
uterus
it's
at
hard
all?
to see that. I mean, if they're not pregnant, that uterus is in the pelvic canal, so I can't see it. You have to go in with it.
Oh, I see.
With one of the rectal
I
probes.
see.
You see all that?
Yeah.
It's urine with thick, viscous
What does that
material,
mean?
like
I
some
mean,
crystals.
so,
I guess there's a possibility that it could be her uterus. I don't think it is. I think she just needs to go pee. Especially with there being, kind of 2 layers. The top layer is black and nice,
right.
colored, and then the heavier portion, which is sitting down by your skin, is kind of a crystal material.
Well, at this
which is
point, at
kinda-
like 130, 150 days, it would be like you'd see bones, though, like a
Oh,
structure,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, you'd see ribs and a heartbeat and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I'm not seeing any of that.
Dang it, Blanche!
All I'm seeing is intestines, urine, crystals, and more intestines.
We're fine. No, we don't need help.
I'm just coming to film.
We don't need men. Y'all take
Y'all look like you're doing it. Y'all look like
I'm
you're
just coming to film.
I don't think we need to do this.
I said I'm just coming to film.
You want me to just do it? Take her right there.
Just take her.
Just pick her up.
Yeah, hey. Do it. Just take her. Yeah.
Yeah, she's stronger than you, Matt.
Well, I just don't
Okay,
wanna
well,
hurt
Matt
her.
thought he could do it, and
Where are we trying to get her? Over here.
Okay, if that's not a baby, that's a gigantic tummy.
Look at her stand.
But I mean, I've seen some fat donkeys, so. See, she's enjoying being hand fed right now.
She won't eat it off the ground.
Not off the ground. No, absolutely not. We're too good for that.
I can't see a thing.
Let me get the clippers out.
Maybe. Go through by her udder. She's the same. I checked
Watch
her.
out, her leg.
I checked her not in full, and then she didn't get bred again, right?
No. Now, I mean, he was on the other side of the fence. I don't think he could fit through those tiny.
I mean, I can't see anything right now. Let's go around the other side.
Abigail's fighting for her life over here.
Where's the alcohol for?
Just for contact. There won't be any contact between the skin and the probe if you don't have the alcohol. That's what gives you those ultrasound waves. No, I'm not seeing one in there either.
No.
No. Just intestines.
Just fat.
Just a bunch of fatties.
I think we might just have a bunch of fatties here. Because he's not really seeing a baby in there either. Dorothy? That's a little bit disappointing, but honestly, no big deal whatsoever. You know what? If it was meant to be, it would be, and if it's not, it's not. So they just get to live out their happy little lives. That's fine. Okay, so recap. We did the foal alerts on Ginger and Ethel. We did the preg check on Blanche and Dorothy. Now we're just gonna do a little wrap up at the very end of all the broodmares who are close to foaling. So we're gonna start with Annie. Annie is at 310 days gestation today, so she's not, you know, at the point where we're okay with her foaling. She's about 10 days out from her safe date, and in the past, she has actually gone 5 days overdue. Now, that was just with her first baby. She's never had another one. This is her second baby. Her first one was in 2022. So she could throw us for a ringer and have one a little earlier, or she could do the same thing and just make us wait a really long time. We'll see. Let's do her checkup.
Dun 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 dun.
She is not happy. So the reason she has a blanket on is because she doesn't look anywhere near close to having her foal. She's not even in her safe window. So we feel comfortable with her staying toasty. But I did want to show you her belly from the side. So just to get a little view of how low she's getting so that we can compare when she gets to that safe point. She's getting a little large. I will say she's bigger. I can't get super close up there because she hates it, but her udder has filled out quite a bit. So as of 10 days ago, she really didn't have anything, like nothing. So her udder looks great. The one thing that she did do the last time was starting around day 320, she waxed. So that colostrum coagulated at the tip of her teats, and she waxed so much for 21 days, okay? So she waxed for 21 days. She actually ended up losing so much of her colostrum that when her foal was born, she didn't have any for him. So we had to end up giving him plasma and supplementing what she didn't have. So that was Johnny, her first one. So let's see if she's at all jiggly back here. She's jiggly up close to her tail, but then when you get out here, she's still very firm. Whereas when we're gonna look at Ginger and Ethel here in a second, you'll see. Let me see your tail, honey. There's still, yeah, she's pushing down, but she's got quite a bit of resistance. That's good. So just showing you now so that if in 10 days, 5 days, there are huge differences, we have something to look back on. So that's Annie at day 310. Let's look at Ethel. So Ethel's 320 days, all right? Weatherman Katie. In here, baby is cooked enough to come out, okay? But we still want it to cook a little longer if she lets it, okay? 320 is kind of that like, okay, it's not a preemie anymore, but it's still better, okay, if it gets to cook a little longer. So baby, big, okay? She's getting low. The storms are brewing. Now, she gets really, really low, and I believe she has a bit of like an umbilical hernia, because you'll see she's like super pointed at the bottom. Now you don't ever see that when she's not pregnant and she's not like super fat, but at the end of her pregnancy, I've seen it every year. It just is this big point down there. So that's why it looks like that. But then at her hip, it is so jiggly today. Like out here, it's jiggly. Like one of you boys, you don't ever really feel it. Come over here and feel just how like there's no resistance whatsoever. You know what I'm like?
Yeah.
It's, I don't feel like it shows on camera as much as you feel it, because if you felt another mare right now, like if you feel right, well, that's even kind of soft. I was gonna say she's kind of soft everywhere. Okay, if you feel like right here, it's kind of similar to how a regular hip usually is. I mean, that's pretty firm. And then it's like a water bed over
That's
here.
loosey. It is a water bed.
Yeah,
That's what
it's
it feels like.
loosey-goosey. So she's really loosening up. Her tail doesn't have a whole lot of resistance. And, I mean, we can't really judge her vulva at the moment since she just had her full alert put in. It's still a little bit swollen from that lidocaine, so we'll kind of skip that on her and Ginger today. But you can see her udder. Her udder is always a bit small, like on the smaller side. She just doesn't, like, that's one of those things where, you know, you have to know your horses specifically. Because with Ginger's had a huge udder for 2 weeks now, and I really wasn't worried because she did that the last time. Her mom does that. Like, I know her. Ethel, this size udder she has right now, it might look like that when she has her baby. There's milk in there. It just never looks that big. They haven't brought new shavings in here yet. They've been cleaning her stall. She's just been in here, so that's why it kind of looks a little nasty. Prefacing for the haters. So you can see how low she is. This is her second baby. The last one she had at day 325. She's at 321 right now. So I do think we're getting close. I will show you, or I think I already showed you on camera during the foaler getting put in, her milk color, that whiteness, the fact that it's almost opaque. I'm gonna say we're within 2 days of it happening. And the fact that so our foal alert, the dial tone went out, and so we have a new part coming. It'll be here in the morning. So this is our like she has it in because it probably will be a little bit longer, like a couple days, but in the case that she has it tonight, like I'm just gonna be up all night. That's just the way it's gonna be. But she's very loose. She's very flat. That's a big thing. You can see on her way better than Ethel. Like this is how full her butt was up here, and it was full throughout. She has like sloped off. I mean, look at it from her like spine. Sloped off. There is no fullness. So she's really dropped down. And then, oh sweetie. So her tail, yeah, not a whole lot. But she's also pissed off because we were just back there poking and prodding her. So that's probably a little bit different. But I'm gonna go ahead and call it. We're having a baby. There's gonna be a baby before the end of the weekend. So I think we're gonna have a baby. Somebody's gonna have a baby before the end of the weekend. Her progression, like her milk was clear last night and the pH went down. It is now almost opaque white. I don't foresee it being long. So I am gonna put straw down tonight in here just to be careful and have some preparation. We have got the cameras up in the shop, which is different, so I can have some help watching. Just saying, I won't be the only one watching on my phone, looking at everybody. But anyway, let me know if you'll have any questions. Stay tuned for what I think is gonna be an action-packed weekend, action-packed next week. It's gonna be warmer. Let me know if you have any questions. Oh, we also have Noel merch. We don't have Kirby merch yet. We have Noel merch. We have Valentine's Day merch, all kinds of stuff. So I'm gonna throw up some photos here. Well, I'm not. They are. I didn't even tell them about that. But do me some photos of all the merch, okay? And go to katievanslike.net. And yeah, I think I'm done. So